Hello. Okay, I believe we're live, and I also believe that you guys could hear me, but I will check in a second. Let me check. Let me check for a second. Okay, volume seems fine. Today we are doing something a little different. Yeah, so we're gonna do something a little different. We are going to be creating a new character together. So I have a base. This is basically just a normal base I usually do when I create like a simple character design. Yeah, so she has like no clothes, no hair. And we can also change her eye shape if we want to give her a different eye. You might be asking what type of character we are designing. And we are going to be designing um, we're going to be designing a character. Her name is uh, Elliana. And let me look for her last name. Her full name is Elliana Donovan. So we're going to be creating a character called Elliana Donovan. She is from one of the vampire stories I am writing. Yeah. Um, the music might be a little annoying me right now. Okay. It might be really low, but I feel like I need to talk. So we'll be creating a character called Elliana Donovan. She's from one of my vampire stories that I am creating. She is a human. She is also like there's some she's a protagonist of one of the stories. I don't really know what the story is going to be called, but it used to be called Touch Me Not, but I feel like it doesn't suit that story anymore. So we're just going to be calling it Imbrium City, like as a placeholder. So if you guys have seen my past live streams, I talked about Imbrium City and a vampire stories. So there's like multiple vampire stories, or not multiple, there's two that take place in the same city, but they're very different and very much different stories with different characters that won't interact with each other. Yeah, so we'll be designing a character, and this will be my first time designing a character on stream. That's basically all I wanted to say, and I also have a rough draft of a really rough draft of like her story, the beginning, the prologue, or I got the synopsis, the prologue, chapter 1, and then chapter 2 is kind of not finished. But I could read a bit of it and we could see what type of character she is. Yeah, so that's basically what I want to do. Um, yeah. So we will be working on that maybe all night. I want to say this will either be a long live stream or a short live stream, depending on how well this goes. Thank you. Good luck. Thank you. Yeah, this is just like a normal or basically a base that has no clothes on. So I'll basically like try to give her clothes suiting her design. But right now she's a blank mannequin. Yeah, so we're going to be designing her character and I will read I'll read the synopsis. I don't know what she will look like per se. I will show you what her there's going to be two protagonists. I had I had like a couple designs for her. I had one design, but I'm not sure if I like it like it. I have this design yeah. I have this design I did of her, but I'm not sure if it's like, I don't know. It's kind of like, this is Elliana, but I'm not sure. We'll give her a new design. And then this is her, this is the other protagonist in the story. So, yeah. She's supposed to be a boxer. So I want to make her, like, bruised and, like, tough. We might have to, I don't know. I want to give her, like a, a cool aspect to her. And then this is also, like, what's it called? This is also the other protagonist, Gavin, and he's like the second protagonist in the story. There's two protagonists. Yeah. So there's Gavin and then there's Elliana. And they're lovers. So Gavin is a vampire and then Elliana is a human. A boxer human that could see ghosts. Yeah, that's why I want to fix her design. I'm not sure. We'll figure it out. I want to give her like long wavy hair. Also, let's fix her eyes because I don't think this default eyes. I draw this base like a while ago, so they're kind of default. Yeah, this is a base I draw on my own, so everything about this is just like default. Uh, I want to give her like sharp eyes like this. That, like those type of sharp eyes. She was supposed to be like a character that wants to fight you. That kind of looks too similar to my other eyes. Let's fix this. She's not happy, she's mad at you. I'll start reading the story in a bit. Let's just give her like the basic like shape of what I want to do for her face. Her eyes should be like really sharp. I don't know. I feel like she would have sharp eyes that gives, I don't know, like a death stare, you know? Her eyebrows might be... I want to give her like a little thicker eyebrows. We're going to work on one half of the face and then we'll just mirror it on the other side. I'm not sure if I like any of the shape of eyes. Ugh. I like this one way more. How did I do that? Okay, I gave her like really sharp eyes. I really need to learn how to work on my eye designs because I do notice that most of my eyes do look similar. So that is a fault of mine I do need to work on. Okay, I like that one so much more. Her mouth needs to be worked on. Or we could just do this. And then we want to flip this. So we'll flip it and then push it over here. Like that. Something like that. Also, I did start a little bit earlier than I usually do. Yeah, I stream like around 1 a.m. And right now it's 10 p.m. So it is a little bit earlier than I'm used to. Yeah. And then we'll just fix the face. Like I said earlier, in past streams that I have done, I have talked about this character slightly, but not a lot. I usually talk about these other two characters that are also from the same universe, but not the same book series that I want to make. just give me a second and then I will start talking. Okay. Doesn't look good enough. So, I did say that she is a human, but that is not all the truth. She isn't really fully human. She is one of the supernatural beings I have mentioned before, but she is half supernatural and her father is a human. But her mother was kinda not a human, but also sorta human. Here's the lore about her. She is something called a grave whisperer, which is basically a human with powers to speak to the dead. Yeah, a grave whisperer. And these grave whisperers most likely like to help the dead with their final wishes. And Eliana here, she never fully understood what her powers were. And sadly, her father passes away and then he haunts her, but she doesn't know she has to help him with his final wishes for him to finally leave. So she spends most of her time with a father that's always like looking after her, but also trying to leave. Yeah, it's kind of one of those sad stories. Um, her face, I feel like I should redo her face. There's something about the face that I don't like. It's too round. Okay. Does that look equal? I don't know. It's good enough. Okay. I want to give her like wavy brown or dark brown hair. I'm not really sure what to give her eyes since she is a ghost whisperer. Maybe white eyes would look cool, but then she'll be discriminated against. That would be a cool feature, and then she has to wear eye contacts. Wait, did I come up with a brilliant idea? actually be cool. Give her like white eyes, and then she sees the dead with those eyes, but she has to wear eye contacts so that the government doesn't go after her. Whoa. I'm coming up with ideas. Okay, we'll try to do that. I like that idea. Yeah, I like that idea. I'm gonna do that. So we'll give her like white or like translucent eye. No, white eyes look cool. Like a dark, like a grayish eye color. That's like weird and supernatural. That's like her tell that she is not human in a way. Like I said, she is somewhat human, like a medium. She could talk to the dead. They are similar to humans, but she is still supernatural in a way. Like I said, her father is just a regular human. He fell in love with her mother, which she passes away when Elliana is a baby. And then her father is single and has to raise her. But then he dies. Tragic. Yeah. Ba-da-da. Today it snowed, and it was so cool. I went out to a movie today. I went to see Hopper, which was really, really funny and really good. If you haven't seen that yet, I suggest to watch it. I was laughing a lot in the movie theater. Yeah. Um, what the heck is this eye? Okay. That other drawing is the same mouth shape. That's funny. Um, okay. Let me open up my story. Would you guys like to see the synopsis? Or would I like to read it out for you guys? Give me a minute. Okay. Um, I can read it out loud or I can show you guys. Let's see. If I want to show you guys, I would have to click. So we'll take a break for designing this character right now. I'll read the synopsis, then we'll go back to drawing the character. Then I'll design the character more, and then we'll go back to reading again. We'll flip flop in between reading and then um, reading and then designing the character. So there isn't a lot of writing, but we'll just do like a 3-minute read. Okay. Should I pause the music? Yeah, I'll pause the music. Okay. So this is the synopsis for um, Touch Me Not slash Imbrium City. I might, I'm leaning towards not using the Touch Me Not name. I don't think it represents the story anymore. Yeah. Okay, so here's the synopsis. Haunted by her past, Elliana Donovan follows in her father's footsteps, becoming an underground fighter in hopes to enact revenge. Elliana learns she is a grave whisperer, someone who carries out the final wishes of those who died. And then one day, running into trouble, she gets entangled in a war with two unfavorable factions. Uncovering a deadly secret, she joins forces with an unlikely ally to save the city from extermination and destruction. And then that's her synopsis story. Here's Gavin. Gavin. Gavin Duffner has a brilliant mind has a brilliant mind being able to bypass Imbrium City's security with ease, using his talents for what he believes was for the good of vampire kind, ends in tragedy. His days were spent in mourning. His days were spent in mourning as he slowly withers away in despair, until he was scouted by a resistance group. Joining them might be the only hope for him. Learning of his talents, he gets hired by this unknown organization. Uncovering their true intentions, Gavin joins a resistance group in hopes for making his mistakes right. And then, helping Eliana, they both work together on their differences in order to save the city. Their hatred for each other slowly becomes passion over time. Can Gavin keep his vampiric instincts under control? Can Eliana see past her hatred for vampires? So Eliana hates vampires and Gavin is a really sad vampire. Um, his days are spent in mourning and despair, so he is really sad. And then Eliana, she just has a hatred for vampires. So we'll go back to drawing. Um, we learned a little bit of their story, and if anyone has questions, comment below or talk in chat. And then we'll go back to drawing. Okay, so like I said, Eliana has like a deep hatred for vampires. And we'll learn why soon. We'll learn why when we read when we read the first chapter. The second chapter isn't really complete, so we might not even read that. And these are really rough drafts, so I wouldn't count on them being finalized, so yeah. her like fluffy hair. Um, like fluffy. This is just like a really rough sketch, guys. Like that. That looks cute. Then the rest of her hair should be like... I'm not sure if her hair should be short or long. I feel like long suits her, although she is a fighter, so maybe short. Or like a medium length of hair. Also, I really want to give her messy hair. I just think it suits her so much more than like straight hair. Yeah, I want to give her like fluffy, messy hair. Although I don't really know how to do fluffy, messy hair. Even though I have fluffy, messy hair. Okay, let's try. Something like that. That looks cute. Kinda. I like that. We'll keep this. Um, yeah. And then let's give her, I don't know what type of outfit we should give her. She's bald. Okay. Um, so she's a boxer. What type of outfit should, but it is a dystopian. We have to think about that too. Maybe like a big jacket or like big pants, I don't know. Something that this screams, I don't know. I have some references I saved. She's also kind of like a feminine character too, because why not? So I want her to be like really pretty but strong. Pretty strong. My go-to outfits are usually turtlenecks, but we're not gonna do that. Let's be different. I could give her, here, we don't have to, we'll design some outfits and we'll see which one is best. Let's give her like an off-the-shoulder look. Off the shoulder. I want to say her sweater or jacket. Dun dun dun. I want to say she would have like, I don't know. The shirt might be like a little tight on the shoulders. I feel like that would look good. Or should it be looser? I'm not the best at clothes, but we'll see. Just do something fast and simple. Okay. We could also give her like shorts. Although it might not be the best for the story setting, but we'll see. We're designing a character, so we're just doing everything we can. The designs we might or might not like. I kind of don't like the shorts idea. Nah, don't like it. I wonder what type of outfit we should give her. I like the hair, and that's what we're going to be keeping, but like, I don't know. Here, let's use a paintbrush. It'll be easier to get the lines of what I want. We could give her pants. Like boxy type of pants. But I'm not sure. That would look good either. Dun, dun, dun. Nah. Me don't like. Sometimes coming up with like unique clothing is just doing a bunch of random shapes, and then sometimes it just comes together. Sometimes it doesn't, but we'll see. Hmm. I think pants are definitely it. I just don't know what type of pants we should give her. Or like what type of designs we should give her. Deep pockets. I don't know. Hello, hello, welcome. Do you greet everyone with human? That's funny. Um, Hello. Yes, I am drawing a OC. Spinosaurus? Spinosaurus? Spinosaurus. Yeah. Um, I literally don't know what type of clothing she should have, but we'll see. I'm just repeating myself. Okay, if we look at Gavin, he has like a chain and wearing a turtleneck. And I can imagine him wearing like dark brown pants or dark gray pants. Uh, Eliana, what do you wear? I could also imagine her wearing pants, but I don't know what type of pants. Like baggy pants? I could see that. Spinosaurus. Okay. Yeah, baggy pants would look nice because her top is what's it called? Is tighter, so looser pants. Spinosaurus, uh, Egypta, Egypticus, Egypticus, bro. Okay, I tried. Yay, I got it correct. This is just going to be a really, really messy sketch, but we tried. give her like a tie. I don't think that looks good. A human got your name right. Yay! Hmm. The type that I don't know what else I could give her. Headphones would look cool. I'm not sure if it will fix or fit her personality. She is supposed to be a fighter character who likes to fight. I'm just gonna color in her shoes because I do not have time to go over details. Instead of a paper katana, no, I think maybe a knife. A hidden knife. Maybe? I don't know. I want her hands to be wrapped sometimes. Like wrappings would look cool on her hands. Yeah, we'll do wrappings. Yeah. A pocket knife, yes. We want to give her like a dystopian feeling. A pocket knife. How do I draw a knife? Okay, pocket knives are supposed to be tiny. um, bruh. Something like that. I don't know. I also want to give her, like, maybe chains. Whatever her clothes designs are, I do like what I did with her hair. So I'm going to keep her hair. Maybe. I don't know. We gave her a pocket knife. Like, what else can I give her that won't make her that too boring? We could take a break. Let's take a break and read a bit of chapter 1. Oh no, the prologue. So this will give you more insight on her character while we read her prologue. Let me get it up for a second. Weird. I can't find it. Ah, there we go. I got it, guys. Okay, we got prologue. I'll read just a bit of this prologue and then we'll see what else we could give her character, because I don't know. I like her hair, but it's not giving anything else besides her hair. And we could keep her hair the same. Or we could just keep on working on the character design. Anyways, music's pause. That's on screen. Okay, let's read the prologue. Also, let me know if I read or if I mess up. Elliana. There was blood everywhere. So much blood. Also, fair warning. What was I gonna say? It's a little graphic, but not too graphic. This is the story that I'm drawing right now, or the character that I'm drawing for. So this is Elliana that I'm drawing. Anyways, let's read a bit of the story. Elliana. There was blood everywhere, so much blood. The air felt heavy and suffocating. The smell of copper, so sick. So sick you could taste it. How much blood can a human lose without dying? That is a question I find myself asking as hundreds of men and women revel at the brutality in front of them. In the middle of the sunken sand pit below are two fighters, bloody and bruised. Heart sputtering, I stare at the horrifying scene before me, my fingers trembling as I tightly grasp the metal cage surrounding the two fighters in the middle of the pit. No, I croak. My heart was in my throat as I choke back sobs. The two fighters, a tall, burly, tall. Wait. I messed up. The two fighters, a burly, tall man with a chain linked tattoo that circled his right bicep, had the other fighter on on the ground in a chokehold. He was at least a foot smaller than him and had brown dark hair that just covered his eyes. My father. Anyways, yeah, so that's her dad that's fighting another guy. Like I said, she is a fighter, and her dad was a fighter before unfortunate events. But I'm not going to spoil it for you guys. We're reading it. So this is just going to be the rough draft. Um, my or let me do this for a second. My father. Dad clawed at the man's arm that are around his throat, leaving bloody trails along the skin. I screamed at him to get up, but my voice was drowned out by other shouts and cheers around the arena. Yeah. Dad kicked his legs out trying to find leverage, but he kept on slipping on the bloody sand. Get up, I shrieked. This time my voice rang out louder than everyone's. The other fighters stilled for 1 second. One precious second my dad used to his advantage. His foot finally found his foot find his foot finally finding purchase? I think I spelled that wrong. Finding hold. He reared his head back and smashed his head into the other fighter's nose, breaking it. More blood splattered on the sand, turning it red. My stomach churned at the sight. What is? The fighters. The fighters hold on my dad's releases. Dad takes the opportunity and positioned himself on top and started throwing heavy strikes on both sides of the head. At one point, the man's cheeks split open, causing more blood to taint the sand of the pit. This went on for what felt like eternity. Everyone went silent. All you could hear is the sickening sound of flesh meeting flesh. Not long after, the man was rendered unconscious. Dad stopped, and all you could hear is his heavy gasp for breath before all hell breaks loose around me. The bell rings 3 times, causing an uproar of shouts to erupt all around me. But I remained quiet as I stared at my battered father. He staggered to his feet and glanced up. Looking around the arena, he tilted his head towards me and smiled. Then he lifted his fist up in a victorious celebration, which is my cue to lift my own fist that mirrored his. Our little tradition. I couldn't even wipe the grin off my face, even if I wanted to. My father had been preparing for this fight for months since he got the call. As an underground fighter, Dad dreamed to take down the undefeated Jet Malcolm for years, and today is the day he finally achieved that. There on the ground lay the legendary man, while my father, Raylan Donovan, stand victorious, bloodied and bruised. I joined the celebrations of shout as every hand in the arena tossed bundles of small red flowers into the air, falling onto the champion below. Touch me not. The distant relatives to the forget-me-nots are poisonous flowers, and the symbol of Imbrium City. The flower origin is unknown, what is known is that they can be found outside of Imbrium City. The little beauties grow and thrive all over the city, especially in the complex district. Was little to no nutrients. Why am I giving you guys lore? Was little to no nutrients found in the bleak concrete metropolis. They still found a way to grow. getting regarded as invasive species. Eventually, the city stopped trying to get rid of them. The once detested flowers now serve as a symbol that the unconquerable can be conquered. I watched as a flurry of red blocked my view of Dad, who still looked at me with the brightest smile I have ever seen. I heard it before I seen it, that scream, deep and guttural. My deep and guttural pierced my ears as the flowers slowly fell away, revealing my father's anguished face. My heart was in my throat once again. I broke into a sob as Jet sank his teeth into Raylan's neck, killing him. Bam! That is the prologue. Like I said, her father, or she hates vampires, and now you guys know the reason. Jet was a vampire and he killed her father. Yep. So we should make her sad. I don't know. I don't really like this design, but I don't know. Maybe we'll work on clothes design another day, and we'll focus on just just a bit. So that's like one of the, or that is the prologue to the story of Eliana here. Um, I had I had another rough draft before I wrote this one that is way uh not darker. I think it started the same way, or the beginning was going to start the same way, but the next chapter, chapter 1, started completely different. But the one we're reading is somewhat new, but I will change it in the future, so I don't know if it will be up to date in the future when I update the full story. So what we're reading is like the really rough draft. Yeah, let me save this. I haven't saved at all since the stream started. This is the design for Elliana. 2026 design. 2026 design. Design. Elliana design 2026. Yeah, so this is the bit of her lore. Turning back music on. Okay, so we'll give her dark brown hair. I feel like that will suit her more. And her last name literally means brown, like brown hair. So it kind of is on brand for her to have like brown hair. Also, Gavin here, he also has like a light brown hair that's kind of blondie, like a really light brown hair. While Eliana is gonna have like a darker brown. I want to say like this color. Maybe. I do feel like changing that prologue I just read a little bit. I don't know. Her father will die in the prologue. That sounds unfortunate, but it is part of the story. Yeah, so he will die in the prologue. I just don't know. And he will die to a vampire, so that's pretty clear what I will be doing. I just don't know, like, I don't know. I kind of want to rewrite that fighting scene. Maybe make it a little bit different. Maybe, I don't know. I need some ideas. Here, tell me if this sounds good or not. When her father wins, he's gonna win, and then Jet, Malcolm, he's gonna be very upset that he lost. Um, so either he kills Eliana's father out in the open, where other humans will witness and tell the authorities or like the government on him, because vampires are not supposed to be in Imbrium City. We could have um, him killing Eliana's father in public, or we could have him killing Eliana's father after the fight. So in the alleyway, Eliana's father would die, and the only witness to see Jet Malcolm alive is Eliana. So she goes her whole life trying to find this Jet Malcolm, but she's unable to until the story begins. We could have that, or we could have him kill in front of the general public, or not the general public, it is an underground fighting rink. Rink? Underground fighting ring. So maybe they're all criminals and no one's going to report the crime because they're all criminals and it's just rumors. Or, or like I said, Jet Malcolm could kill her father in like the alleyway, and yeah, and she's the only one that witness it. So then she has like a hatred for vampires. We're just gonna do like a really what's it called? Um, Messy sketch for her. Should she have like really pale skin? Her boyfriend's supposed to have like a little bit of a darker skin than her. Although this doesn't look that dark because the lighting is, I don't know. I made his skin a little too light. Yeah. But I'll fix it when I create a new drawing of him. Also, I like how I keep on calling them boyfriend and girlfriend, even though it's very later in the story that they become girlfriend and boyfriend. Because they hate each other. Enemies to lovers. Like I said, she hates vampires, and then she will become very, what's it called? Infatuated with him, and then he will become really infatuated with her, and then romance. I don't know. Should I draw some bruises and like cuts on her, or should we just keep it normal, or not normal, but like before she battles people? Also, I feel like she would wear like blood lipstick or like really dark lipstick. I feel like that's in her nature to do. Let's give her makeup. Oh, I do have some facts about Eliana we could read, or I could read it out loud. Eliana character. She is 21. Oh, I'm gonna be older than her soon. Maybe I'll age them up a little bit. Okay, so her good traits are she is a strong, sympathetic, and selfless person. She is determined, helpful, and a little playful. Then her negative traits are she is snarky and blunt, really resentful, and hostile, and a little bit prejudiced against vampires. But it's understandable because her father died to a vampire. Should I give her makeup? Kind of suits her. Dun, dun, dun. Blend it. Yep. Okay. And then I said earlier that I would give her like gray eyes. So we'll see how we could do that. I'm not sure if I'm able to do that. I'll try. Also, this is going to be messy. Like I said, I'm not doing like any clean sketches. Okay, how does one create gray eyes? I would put it around the blue area. Then do that. Like, I want to give her like eyes that are like, I don't know, blind, but also like dead. Since she speaks to the dead, I don't know how to explain it. Also, does the pupil are the pupils lighter? I need to look at eyes. Eyes. So it's darker on the edges. Let's see. That's not dark, that's more blue. That's still blue. Like that. Dark around the edges. And then dark in the middle. And then, like I said earlier, that maybe she'll wear contacts, like brown contacts, so that she could blend in with humans. She would also make it so, I don't know, it's kind of an overused trope, but give her like white streaks in her hair every time she uses her powers, like as a downside. But I feel like it's overused. I see it a lot in books I read. Like a lot. Also, I think we should... This is different from how I draw eyes, but I don't know. We're trying something different. Yeah, I typically don't draw eyes like this. Okay, I lightened the hue on the eyes, and I think that looks so much better. Because that, yeah, the gray kind of made it look like bluish eyes, but this one looks better. Also, could make the eyes a little bit darker here, or lighter. It needs to be a little lighter, you know? And then I don't know. Okay, and then let's give her brown hair. I want to give it like an orangey brown. Mm, not like dark brown, like a nice... like a nice brown, like that brown. We'll fix the brown color. Let's just sketch it in first. Also, let's use this tool. It's so much easier. It doesn't fill it in all the way cleanly because this is a really rough sketch. It usually will do it well. Here, I'll show you. This is another drawing I was doing in a different stream. But if we were... One second. Okay, so if I were to want to color in this sketch... One second. Okay, if I were to want to color in the sketch, I would get rid of the pink under sketch, like that. And then all we're left with is like clean lines. So this tool is like really good for like clean lines. Whoops. You have to do it underneath the line art. But basically what I showed you earlier, or I showed you just now, it'll like fill it in nicely. And then if it doesn't like awful here, you could just clean it up. And just clean up the edges like that. Basically that's what this tool does. Like cleans or fills it in pretty nicely. Let's put the sketch back and let's go back to drawing what we were drawing. The next bit in the story, I think will kind of show you the relationship between her father and Elliana past the prologue. Like I said, Elliana can speak to ghosts, or she sees ghosts, but she doesn't know she can speak to them. Or I don't know how to describe it. She believes she is seeing, I don't know how to explain it. She doesn't believe that her father is actually there. Yeah, she doesn't believe he's actually there. She believes that it's like a ghost that's tormenting her. But in actuality, it is her father that is looking out for her. Hello. Welcome. You gotta go to school soon? That's okay. Thank you for dropping by. Yeah, so like I said, Eliana's father is a ghost, and he's actually conscious and is present in her life, but she doesn't understand that he's actually there until another ghost appears. And this one is kind of a sadder one. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, the Minecraft streams, I want to do more Minecraft streams. It's just it's so laggy. I do plan on doing just like a normal high pixel one instead of the hardcore. I'm still alive in the hardcore world. Thank you for uh for joining the stream even though you're going. I do plan on doing more Minecraft streams. Yeah, so there's going to be like spoilers, kind of semi spoilers for her. There's going to be like two ghosts that are like constantly in her head and like battling. Um, like a devil on her shoulder. Like her father wants her to live and not take petty revenge against vampires. And then another character will appear in her head that becomes a ghost, but he is a vampire. So there's so she has like a conflicting like two parties that want her to stop her revenge against vampires. Her father and then a vampire. You might be asking how does a vampire end up connecting with her even though she hates vampires? Well, that's because she saves a vampire, but she didn't know he was a vampire. Or no, it's the opposite. She gets saved by a vampire. A vampire saves her, but yeah, he dies. Spoilers. He dies and then yeah. A vampire ends up dying to save her, and then she has to think about the the are vampires good? And then she meets Gavin here, and then she has to help him save the city. That's basically kind of the plot. So there's two ghosts. Yeah. It was another drawing. So this is Gavin, a vampire character. I did, and then this is Elliana. So this one is a finished drawing of Gavin, and I'm trying to sketch out Eliana's design. It's a character. I'm writing. Yeah. Her hair's going to be like messy, a little messy. Does that look good? Messy hair, and then I need to turn the music back on. I like the messy hair she has. It's cute. something like that. Okay, we could keep it this color of brown, or we could make it a different brown, like a lighter brown, darker brown. What do we think? Like a dark brown, a lighter brown. I think making it a lighter brown will make it look too much like Gavin. We can make her blonde. I think brown, like a nice. We can like make it like saturated. Ooh, saturated brown, or like a dark brown. I think a dark brown because this is like a dark story. Like that. Looks closer to this sketch I did. It looks closer to this. Her outfit. Wow, that's a difference. That is a difference for sure. Like I said, this is kind of a overuse trope I see a lot in books, but like giving them white hair or strands of white hair might be too overused. Like every time she uses her powers, she gets like more white hair. But I feel like that is so overused in like a bunch of novels I read. So we might not do that. It's a cool concept, but overused. We could also give her. I usually highlight the skin like this. It's very typical for my art style. Although I do not like how the brown hair kind of gives orange. Or not orange. It's giving green. Maybe a little saturated. A little saturation is fine. I like the messy hair. That's one thing for sure. That's his design. I want to get a better photo of that. Because that one, it has weird shading. Not weird shading, but like darker shading. So let's find one that has no shading. Oh, where are you? Here. Here's one with better shading. There we go. Yeah, I kind of like that more. Their designs should look similar, or not similar, but like they're in the same story. I want to give her. Let's color in the clothes. And then when we're done this design, I'll read the next chapter and we'll see if it looks or if her design is okay. Something like that. And also, I kind of want to give her like a dark gray shirt. Then we'll fix the colors to match more. Make it look better and harmonic. Harmonic? Is that the right word? More harmony. I'm trying to say that. Yeah. We can always work more on her outfit next time. But right now I think this is fine. I like the most important thing is I like her hair and I like her face, kinda. So we'll keep that. Okay, and then I'll fix the colors up because it does look a little too dark. Let's make it lighter. Well, purple. Or darker. Something like that. Maybe. Something close like that. This is kind of blue, and that's just gray. Do we like the blue or the gray? We'll keep it. We'll keep it this color. Yeah. Uh, Basically. I feel like that's basically her character, kinda. I want to give her more like a dystopian, urban clothing, if that makes sense. Like a urban fantasy, urban, futuristic clothing. Something similar to that. Should we read the next chapter? I believe this chapter does end on a cliffhanger. Um, because I didn't write it properly, or it might not be finished. It's like really, really all over the place. So let's read that then. Oh, it didn't work. Give me a minute. I'll try to fix this. Ah, here we go. There. Okay, no music, and then we're going to read chapter chapter 1. Hello. I am reading chapter 1 of my story with another character. Or how do I explain this? Sorry, I'm stretching. I'm reading chapter 1 of a story for my OC. Here, I'll show you. Dun, dun, dun. I'm reading chapter 1 for this character, Elliana. So, chapter 1, Elliana. Okay, music's off. Time to get my reading voice ready. Eliana. My eyes shot open, heart hammering. I gasped for air in a big, unsteady breath. My body had broken into a cold sweat in my sleep. Head spinning, I sat up and focused on my breathing, in and out. Body trembling, I wrapped my arms around myself and closed my eyes. Hair stuck to my forehead as I began counting. 1, in. 2, out. 3, in. 4, out. 5, in. The tremors were the first to go, and then slowly the heart went back into a rhythmic, rhythmic, frick, I can't speak. Went back into rhythmic beat. Went back into pace. I don't know. um, Sighing, I fell back, my head hitting the pillow. Pulling the thin blankets over my body, I stare up at the ceiling, cursing the nightmare again. It's been 10 years since the incident at the Serpent's Pit. No matter how much time has passed, the past seems to always haunt me. I lay in bed for what felt like eternity, the silence only being broken up by the ticking of the clock on the small writing desk shoved in the corner of the bedroom. Then this is her father. You know, lying in bed all day won't do you any good. A deep voice called out. Cringing, I turned my head to face the source of the voice. Dark brown, disappointing eyes met mine. Leaning against the wall with his arms crossed, stood the source of my nightmares and haunting, my father. Shortly after Raylan's passing, he started to haunt me. I feared I was insane and that I went into some sort of psychosis from the shock and agonizing loneliness caused by his death. After calming After calming me down, he revealed that I have the ability to contact the departed, calling me a grave whisperer, someone that's able to bring peace of mine to the dead and ensure their final wishes are carried out before moving on. Raylan also explained that my mother had the same powers as I do. He never told me since I didn't show any signs. Now to he's been trying to guide me on how to use my powers with his limited knowledge, but I haven't been able to contact the dead besides him. His his hypnosis is what I need to form. I don't like this. His hypnosis is that I, or his hypothesis. What the? I think I misspelled that. His hypothesis. How do you spell hypothesis? Hypothesis. Ah, his hypothesis. Okay, his hypothesis is is that I need to form a connection of some sort to be able to speak with a spirit. Some days I question myself if I had in fact gone crazy and came up with this whole absurd scenario as a coping mechanism. But then he says and does things that feel too real for it to be all in my head. Pushing back the blanket, I sit up and glare at him. Amusement lights in his eyes as he pushes off the wall, walking towards the door. Don't look at me like that. Get dressed. Thomas is likely already waiting. He calls over his shoulder, pushing through the closed bedroom door. Knowing he's right, I hop off the bed and make my way to the small bathroom. Um, Just see, the thing about this is I like that part, but everything after I don't really like because I'm not sure if the he's a ghost, but he's interacting with some food, so I'm not sure if I want to keep this in the official story when I'm done. Yeah, I think that's all good for now. Yeah, it feels like a good place to stop because I don't feel like any of that might be canon afterwards, so we're not gonna do that. Yeah, let's go back to drawing. I'm almost done, basically. I kind of want to play Minecraft. Maybe after finishing this drawing, I'll make a new stream and play Minecraft. Since I'm basically done talking about the character, why don't we listen to music? And then I can mute myself. I'm gonna be muted for a bit then. Copyright free music. Okay, I'm gonna try to finish this drawing, then I'll be back. I'm muting myself.
चार शो का होते दंगे चलती लाठी, हमने हार से सीखा और सीखों से जीत बना दी। सोना था हराम तभी तो किस्मत हो रही चांदी चांदी। आई मीन एक दिन रहता दिल्ली दूजे दिन में बैठा बाली, पंगा चीते से तो समझो रास्ता बिल्ली काटे काली। आई कैन सी थ्रू ऑल ऑफ देम, ये रैपर सबके सब हैं जाली। जब जब बैरी मांगे पैर तब तब बैरी मांगे पानी, यू नो। मैं आया टिका खड़ा जमा, हिला सकता नहीं है कोई। हम हराम करके नींदे इनकी मनमानी से सोए। अरमाने लेनी और जमीन ना की अरमानी है बोई। और जैसे हम करते बाबे ऐसा या करता नहीं है कोई, क्योंकि शो के स्टॉप पर ठहरा दें दिक्कत ताके तो कहना बेचादर और टांगे फैलाते। और मजनू अपनी लैला के मैं हूँ डिमांड में आजकल, जैसे सर पे सह रहा है। और जब भी देते हैं तो खाओ काफी गहरा दे, यू नो इट। तेरा वे पैंथर ZXC, you know what it is. you want me to say? I got that extra money on the runway. So hot all the way up into outer space. This is how we ride. Party every day. What you want me to say? I got that extra money on the runway. So hot all the way up into outer space. This is how we ride. Party every day. What you want me to say? I got that extra money on the runway. pretend. Buried all my feelings, find them in a coffin where there's no space for healing or letting you in. Round and round is all we ever go. We can't call this love, but it's all we've ever known. Back and forth is all we have control. We can't call this love, but it's all we've ever known. I've been hurting for quite some time. Words keep falling between the lines. I hear you cry, but what am I to do when I feel just as numb as you? Round and round is all we ever go. We can't call this love, but it's all we've ever known. Try to break us, but we won't back down. Destroy us, we'll always be around. Loud sound, big missile jumping from the clouds. Watch your step in this torn up town. We're fighting for you to come back home soon. The family's missing you. Lost now, but we see you.
Okay, I am back, chat. Sorry for being quiet for I don't know how long, 30 minutes. Okay, I am back. And I feel like talking now. So I feel like I'm almost done Eliana here. I feel like she is close to complete. It is really messy sketch or drawing, but I think it's a style. It looks good. Um, I will color in the line art to make it look more softer, because that is something I like to do. So let's do that. So we're going to be coloring in these lines. Let's do the hair. The hair is the easy one to do. Also, I'm not sure if I am too loud or music is too low. Music's probably too low. I turned it down. Okay. I believe the volume should be fine now. It might be easier just to do the hair separately. Where's the hair? Okay, the hair's down here. Why don't we do that instead? Yeah, that'll be so much easier to do that. Look at her. She looks so cute. Also, after this, I do feel like streaming Minecraft. I don't know. I feel like just playing mini games like on Hypixel. Just something. Because I've been drawing all day besides streaming. Today, for the couple hours, I was drawing like all day. I did go out to watch a movie and then I watched some TV, but then, yeah, I was basically at my desk all day, so maybe some gaming will be good for my brain.
I'm laying where the stars shine so bright. Dreams of younger days keep drifting by. Oh, how I wish to turn the hands of time tonight. Through moonlight mist, the meadow calls my name,
She's almost
leading me
done.
through whispers laced with flame. Faces from my past now circle around. And now we are dancing wild and free in love and harmony. For infinity, we soar high, breaking through the sky. And side by side, forever we fly. The starry sky ignites the night. Hearts now as one, it feels so right. A final toast to days gone by. The days gone by. No matter where the wind may take us now, we'll find our way back home safe and sound. Guided by the stars, we'll chase the light tonight. You and I escape reality. Can't you see it's our destiny? And now we are dancing wild and free in love and harmony. For infinity, we soar high, breaking through the sky. And side by side, forever we fly.
Almost done. make the hair have a little gradient. That's what I usually do. So we'll do that. What else do I have to do? I need to give highlights in her eyes. Gradient hair, highlight eyes. Okay, and then I think I'm basically almost done. Yeah, yeah, I'm almost basically done. Where is... Whoa. Um, something is blue. Okay. Where's the hair? Here. I like to give like a little bit of a lighter like gradient on the bottom of the tips of the hair, like this. That's what I like to do. It just gives it a good, I don't know, it looks good. It, it just looks good. I don't know how to describe it. Like a nice color. I don't know. It looks pleasant to my eyes. And then I blend it. We could also put it on multiply. No, if we give it a glow. It might just look good in how it looks right now. Yeah, I'll make it the hue a little different. Nah, I think that's fine. Um, Okay. I think her design is pretty much good. Like I said, I need to do the pupils of the eyes. Okay. How I usually do the pupils is I do a white like that. Actually, I don't do a white. I do the eye color like that, the outline of the eye color, and then I go in with and I go in like that. And then I go in with like a white. I don't like any of these songs. Wait, let me find a song that is good. Okay. We're almost done the drawing. And then I might start a Minecraft stream. So we're good. Basically, we're done. Whoops. Don't want to do that. Okay. Yay, we did it, guys. I think we're done. Or maybe wait. There's always details I could add. could add some like highlights here, even though nobody will really notice it. Um, I like to add. I usually add like highlights there, but I think it's underneath the hair. Highlights in the ears is fine. Um, Hatching. I don't really give hair highlights anymore. I don't like doing that. Um, I don't think that would look good. Nah. Nah. I think she's fine the way she is. Okay, I'm gonna save. Okay, I saved, and then I'm gonna add my signature. Where is it? Import image. Hmm. It's just always a problem. I don't know where to put my signature. I know you're supposed to put it. Oops. You're always supposed to put it like in your drawing, but I don't like doing that. Um, Stop doing that. Okay, I think this is a fine place to put it. Okay. This is just a little. Nah, I'm just gonna leave it how I had it. Or should I? Decisions. Nah, I'm just gonna leave it how I had it, maybe? Wait, let's try blue. Blue might look better. Oh yeah, blue looks so much better. I kinda like how blue looks. Mm, nah, we're just gonna keep it how we had it. Unless. Nah. Okay. Basically, I'm done. Okay, so this is basically my OC Elliana Donovan, and basically her new design, kinda. We had basically started from nothing. I had this one sketch of her I had like a year ago, and that's like literally the only sketch I had of her in all of existence. So I had like this like ragey, angry face, and I knew that this is kind of how I wanted her to look, like with brown hair. I also wanted her to have like messy hair. This hair is in a ponytail, but I changed it, so she kind of looks like this now. Um, yeah. And then, like, I think Gavin and Eliana should look like they belong together. So I'm trying to make their designs somewhat close to each other, like color-wise. So I think that they'll look good with each other. Like with his black shirt or black turtleneck, and then her grayish shirt, and then her having darker hair and him having lighter hair. I think it'll suit them. Um, like I said, her eye color will probably be brown in some art pieces because she'll have contacts in. But I think that this is going to be her natural eye color. It's like a gray, a natural gray. So when she speaks to spirits or something, her eyes will turn like pure white or something. That would look cool. Yeah, I think she looks super cute. I love her messy hair. So I'm very happy with it. Um, Definitely have to fix up her outfit. The necklace is what I added, like, I don't know, temporarily. Or it just felt right. But there might be a outfit change one day. That's basically all. Um, yeah, basically all I wanted to do. Yeah. Um, Now I feel like playing Minecraft, so I'm gonna start that stream. We did the goal today, which was draw Eliana's design. Um, yeah, so we did that. Um, Next time I might try to finish my other OC's Lofin's hair. We could try to do that. I don't know. We'll try. Oh, this is also a sneak peek of a drawing I'm doing. I hope this will become my new profile picture. I don't know. I'm working on it still. Yeah, I'm still working on it. So yeah, so those are stuff I'm working on. Basically, that's all I want to do today. I'm gonna play Minecraft now. Look out for that stream in a couple minutes. Okay, thank you. Bye bye. Bye bye.